Hi everyone, it's Sue here, it's Scrappy Doo Sue. Happy Saturday. Hope you all had a good week and it wasn't too stressful or demanding. Today's weather here, it's Saturday the 26th of June. It's very, very lovely today. Unexpectedly so, I think. I kind of thought we'd get rain, but anyway, I'm not going to waffle on for too long. I had some shocking news today. Well, it was a little bit shocking for me. My daughter and I had planned to go to IKEA tomorrow, so I've been thinking about catching up with videos. Obviously, I'm not working Mondays anymore. I was thinking, oh, I'll have to do extra on Monday. And she just called me to say that they've had an email from the school where Harry goes. He's 9. And one of the children in his class, a 9-year-old, has tested positive for COVID. Now, you know, so much the government saying children couldn't get it and all of that. Anyway, always thought that was a bit suspicious. Anyway, he's in year 4, so years 3 and 4, which comprise of 4 classes of children, have now got to isolate at home for 10 days. Rachel was going to Birmingham on Friday to do a haematology course, so that's, she's got to go and get hold of her managers now and cancel that. And Rachel and her partner, Harry's dad, are split up, but they don't live too far apart and they're on good terms, which is great. And Harry shares time between both of them. He has half a week at one and half at another. And Richard, Daddy, was, you know, going to offer to pick Harry up on Thursday night so he could have him Friday. I mean, Harry hasn't got the symptoms at the moment, but he's very suspicious that the child in question is the child that he shares a table with in class. They all sit on tables, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and the little girl he sits with disappeared on Wednesday and didn't come back for the rest of the week, and that's exactly what they've said. This child that tested positive went off on Wednesday, tested positive for COVID and hadn't been back. So he suspects it's his team classmate on his table, which means, as there's only the 2 of them, they've been sitting next to each other all the time, and we're hoping he won't show any signs of any symptoms, but he might have to have the test if he does. So luckily enough, Mummy is in a new job and she can work from home. So it's not ideal, but she can. So I saw them on Friday because I took Harry to school. Although it's brief, you know, I go to Rachel's and she's more or less out the door to go to work. So we have a little bit of a handover, 10 minutes or so. And, you know, then Harry and I go off to school. But I've just done my lateral flow test and it's negative. So she's got lateral flow test as well because she does work for health industry. So she's just, when she came off the phone, she said she was going to do one on her and Harry just to check. But she said to Richard, don't think about having him because Richard's high risk, he's diabetic and all of that. So it's better off if he doesn't really have him. So that was a bit of a shocker really, because on top of that, a girlfriend of mine who lives in Birmingham, funnily enough, she's just turned 40. She has had a problem with her leg. I think it's cellulitis or something for a while now. And she went camping recently with her partner and his daughter, teenage daughter. And while she was in Devon camping, she had to be rushed to hospital with his leg, which blew up. And she had to stay in hospital. So he went home with his daughter. And luckily enough, her mum lives in Devon. So she was able to go and stay with her when she got sent home from hospital. So she had to stay with her for a bit. And then she just got home and she's tested positive for COVID. And she's had both jabs. So it just shows you people must be careful. We've constantly been told at work to carry on with our lateral flow tests because even if we've had both jabs, we can catch COVID, and then we can carry it, and then we can transmit it to somebody else. And you don't know who you're rubbing shoulders with, who might be vulnerable. Some people are walking around who are vulnerable, but they don't realise they're vulnerable because they've never been to the doctor or the hospital for any particular reason, but they could have an underlying medical health problem. It's just so worrying. And I do appreciate everyone saying we must start getting back to normal, and we've got to let go soon and just go back to normal and take whatever happens. But, you know, it's worrying, isn't it? So poor Harry. Anyway, let's get on, because I do digress, don't I? I could chat for England. So today I'm back on to do what I think I've had a long gap, actually. Well, I think Dee Dee Farago's had a bit of a gap, but she suddenly resumed the hashtag 2021 TCTC challenge, and for some reason episode 25 isn't in the list, so we're on episode 27 now, and it's a very interesting little sort of pocket, and she did a variation, so I'll show you the original. So basically what it is it's a little journaling page like that, folds up, and you can either glue it into the corner of your journal page. So say this was my journal page, I could glue it up there, glue it down, and it would be like this, and then it would be just a pocket. Or if you paper clip it in, then the person who's using the journal can pull it out, open it out, journal on it, and then fold it up and put it back like that. And it's a very nifty little thing, because then you've got, on top of that, you've got two little pockets, and you've got, you know, let's find a little tag. I did cut some of these out with my tag cutter. So you've got a tag pocket there, and you've got a little tag pocket there. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about having two tags in here. So, you know, say these were both tags, because it kind of would sit a bit strange, but I guess, you know, if you make them both this size, they'd be fine. So that was that one. And then Dee Dee did a slight variation in which she did the same thing, but, and I've covered mine inside for a journaling space, but she's put this, left this extra flap on, and you'll understand a bit more when you see me make it. So it goes into the corner of the page, it's exactly the same, and this side is glued down on two sides, and you've got a side tuck. Now if you want to, you could put the thumbnail up the top, so you could have it say like that, I guess, and have a top loading pocket, but I think a side pocket is probably a good idea. And then so that would get stuck down on two sides, so pretend that's stuck down like that. So then we'd have this where, yeah, I'm not quite sure how that oh no, I know what happens. You pull it over because that's stuck down. Yes, Susan, stop being stupid. And then you open it out, journal on it, close it down, and fold it back up, and it all goes back down. I've only decorated those two flaps. I haven't done the two on the back of that one. I did decorate both flaps on that one, and I've obviously covered the inside. So you don't want to use thick card, you don't want to use thick scrapbook paper, you just want to use thin scrapbooking paper. My pages I'm using are out of the heirloom stack, and I think, and I don't know for sure, they're about 160 to 180 weight in the UK. I don't know what that equates to in the US. I don't think I know, unless it's on the other side of this board. I've got some interesting information on these boards. It could be on my glass board. Anyway, I don't know, but I'm sure you do know what that is. Okay, so let's get on and make a couple now. So put those to one side. So you want, I've got two. I'm going to make two. I'll make a variation. I'll make the standard one. And we want a piece of paper that is 5 inches wide and 9 inches long. However, the length is not necessarily going to be used, so you could make it a bit shorter if you wanted, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So these are both pages out of the heirloom stack. They're white on that side. Obviously, if you had some thin paper that you could use that was double-sided, that would be brilliant. So I'm just using what I've got today. So we're taking the bottom right hand corner up like so. I'll just give that a crease down. Hope I can remember this. And then we're going to turn it over like that, and we're going to fold this bottom piece up, and we're then going to cut that off. So this one we cut the flap off like so, and that didn't do that very well, did I? Oh dear. Right, that's okay, we'll use that some other time. And now you've got this, so then you just want to fold it again like this, but you don't want to crease it down. You just want to pinch along there to get your middle point like so. Open it out like this. At this point, it's a good idea. Oh, just put that away. I've just done a lateral flow test myself. But mine's negative, so that's fine. Although I must say I haven't felt too brilliant today, but I think I've overdone it because I got up this morning and as it was such a nice day, I bought some plants to go in the garden recently, or a couple of weekends ago, and they've been out and stood on the patio ever since. So I thought I must get and put those in. And of course I choose a day that's really hot, turns out really hot. Me and the heat don't mix. So I think I've just overdone it. I was out there for about 2 hours sorting stuff out. Right, so you can see you've got your middle point here. Maybe I will just mark that with a pencil so you can just see there. Oh, I hope you can see that middle point. So what you're going to do is on the crease that you've done, the original crease, you're going to take that corner up to that middle point and you're going to crease that down. Turn it round and do the same this side. So they should join like so. Okay. Right, then you're going to take it and you're going to fold it up like that. So it looks a bit like an open envelope. And that is your piece. Now, I guess if I wanted to, I'm just going to see, if I fold them that way round, I could then have, yeah, no, I don't want to do that because that is not really a very good journaling spot, is it? No, we'll stick to the plan. So, that's it. That's all it is. And it goes into either the top corner of your journal, it could go into this corner of your journal where your signature is. It can go in either corner, so down the bottom there or there. I prefer mine at the top because I'm not keen on those underneath tucks. Not with something like this because it feels quite loose actually. I've given it a good press down, but these pockets are quite gapey, so I think it wouldn't keep things in very well. So that's that one. Okay. So I've already cut a square of just normal digital. This is all just digital stuff that I've probably misprinted at some point. I keep it in a folder, so bit, you know, collage stuff and bits like this. So you just want a piece of copy dyed paper or something like that. So if it's going to be up like that, so we just want to glue this down to here really. So I just literally cut a square to fit. And then if it hangs over like this might, in fact I'll just take a slither off, but if it does hang over you can just trim around the edges afterwards. It's no big deal. Let's make sure that's straight. Okay, so I won't cut any more off, but we just distress around the edges in case any of the white paper does show. All right, okay, and I'm just going to, in no particular direction, stick that down. Now I've got a bit of a dilemma with the glue because this Pritt stick, I did the previous one, didn't seem to want to stick most of it down. We'll try it again and see. I think I did glue it all the way around, but let's just open it out. I tried using the Kalau. Oh dear, no, didn't like it. I really don't like that glue at all. In fact, I'm thinking just to dump it, you know, but it's such a big bottle. I just hate waste, so I'm going to put that in the corner there and there, like that, and give it a right. Okay, so find our original middle line like so. Okay, and then a creased corner, so it has gone over there. Oh well, perhaps I didn't guillotine it straight. Can't cut straight with scissors, can't guillotine straight either. What am I to do? Don't go near anything cutty wise is the answer. Okay, so I'm just going to refold that. I couldn't think of the word then, sorry. Making sure they meet, otherwise it looks a bit odd. Right, so, and then you're going to fold that up there and give that a press down. Burnish is the word I was thinking of. Like so. Okay, so that's your journaling page now. Nice blank paper. Okay, I can see a bit of, I can still see a bit of that, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to trim that off now. I don't like it. There, and there we have it. So you can decorate it how you want to. I mean, I didn't decorate the back. I don't like this paper actually. It's quite nice. I just decorated the pockets. So if it's going in the corner there, I did think to myself, well, okay, we'll decorate one up this way and one up so that it's standing up that way. So we'll do that quickly now. We will, what shall we use? I'm using actually Tim Holtz snippets because there's so many of them and they're so small that you know, I'd kind of been using the flowers, but that's a bit too big. Or maybe butterfly doesn't really show up very well. There's a lot of mushrooms in this pack, so that's nice. I like that. I do like these mushrooms, so that would be nice on there. We could put a bit of webbing behind it, and then how about we find something nice to go this side. Let's favouring a flower. There's a nice, those are nice flowers. That's pretty, but it'd have to go on be backed with something because it doesn't show up very well. They're quite dull flowers, really. So that's going to be the page, so that would need to stand up there like that. Right, okay, let's put those to one side. Webbing, I've got some bits, scraps, so I'm just going to cut a piece off quickly. I dropped my scissors. Sorry, just going to pick them up off the floor. I'm going to just snip round these corners because they're sharp corners and I don't like them. And then we're going to put that on there. So we just ink round that because there is that big band of a sort of, it's grey. Some of his stuff is white, some of it's grey. So I'm just going to put some art glitter glue there and then stick this on quickly. I was thinking I must get cracking with fussy cutting out of some of my books. Wait for that to dry. I'll give it a press down and we can trim that off in a minute. So if we've got that up there, we want that there. So we need another piece of webbing, which is over here. So we will cut. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs today. I think it's probably because I'm a bit worried now about Harry and Rachel. I had a pin just now. There it is. Yeah, I'm all just literally before I put the camera on, she rang. So I'm all a bit of 2 and 8 now, as they say. Never mind. Poor Harry said he's scared. I said it's nothing to be scared about, Harry. You know, you'll be fine. Oh, those poor parents that have got, somebody's got to now stay home with their child. And you know, I know from being a single mum myself years ago that it's no joke when your kids are ill and you're having to work and you know, they can't help it, but you feel guilty, and the stress levels are just awful. They really are. I remember when Rachel was growing up, she had constant tonsillitis, and of course school, what does a school do? The minute a kid's not well, they ring up mum, come and get your child because they're not well. So I was forever backwards and forwards until we were lucky that our GP at the time was ex-RAF, and she, I don't know if she pulled strings or what she did, but I'm forever grateful to her because we actually got seen at, well, I say we, Rachel got seen at RAF Halton, which is in Wendover, a little town near us, where RAF Halton is, which is an RAF base, and they had a big hospital there, and she was lucky enough to be sent there to have her tonsils out. We were the only civilians in there, and that was at the time when they still do have a guard house at the entrance, and they're standing there with guns, and you have to present yourself and say what you're there for. So that's all right. So yeah, the neighbours are out there again. I think they must have some radar, know when I'm videoing, So that's going to go on there in theory, and that is lined. That's not white paper, that is off-white paper, and so that will go on there. So that's that one done. Okay, so we'll do the next one. Now I have to try and think with this one, it's a bit more tricky. Okay, so what Dee did was same size paper, 5 by 9. So obviously the previous one, you could see when I had to cut that big piece off, that wasn't really any need for that piece. So you know, you could work out yourself what you need. So you're still folding that up to there, but we're not cutting this off. What we're doing is we are turning it over and folding it up like this. Now all I can see is white paper at the moment, so I'm wondering whether I've done it wrong. So okay, let me do it this way. So I'm going to fold that up to there. I don't want white paper on the outside, so I'm trying to figure out how it should be done. So to do that, okay, and then we pull it down, open it out, and we fold this over like this. And you're not going to crease, so you've got your main crease here, you're not going to crease that side down, but we make sure that your creases are together at the top, okay, and then you're just going to crease that right hand side, so it's that half of the paper. Open it back up, go back to your area here, and you are going to fold this flap to the middle, turn it round. No, I can't do it until I've done what she said. So you've done that, you folded that there, so you've got two halves. So what you're going to do is cut up this crease line here, like so, and you're cutting that piece out completely. Gosh, my neighbour's girlfriend has such a loud voice. She is a teacher, so I suppose that's probably a good thing, maybe, but it's a bit annoying. Well, I don't know if I've done this right. I hope I have, because I hope the flap is going to be in the right place. So you've folded that and that, and then you're turning it over and you're folding that up there. So you've got the original piece here. Okay, I hope this makes sense. And we're just going to burnish that like so. We'll turn it over and we'll burnish that. Oh, I can hear Paddy Dog coming upstairs. So let's just check before we do anything else. This will go into the corner. This is going to go over the page. Now we don't want it that wide, so what Dee did was she chopped a tiny bit off. She just eyeballed it. So that's what I'll do. I'll go to, I don't know, I'll take off just over an inch like that. And then that goes, if that's our page, that's going in the corner, lining up like that. That's going over leaf, and that's going to be stuck down, and that's going to have a thumb hole in it. So I just get my thumb hole punch, just eyeballing it like so. And then before, well, we're not sticking it down to the page today, because I don't know what journal this will ever go into. Oh, but it will just go into my stash. And that's why I don't highly decorate some of these things when I'm making them on camera, when it's a challenge, because until you put it into a journal, you don't really know what the theme's going to be, what the colour scheme is, that sort of thing. I don't know. So I just want to get round all these sides. So that's the reason I don't necessarily go to town. But you know, I will do a video at some point. I have started a making ephemera series, which we've been making a trifold envelope folio, and that was nice. So that's the wrong way. Okay, so oh, these all look, lots of folds to. I don't really think you need to do that because that's going on the page. Right, okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do. So you're going, okay, right, turn it over the right way. So that's going to go up there and that's going to go there. So all I'm going to do is, I've already cut out another piece, so I'll just, oh sorry, I put the ink away. Ink around this quickly. Oh, how long have I been on? I'm panicking. Ooh, quick, Susan, quick. You've got to get your videos down. Right, open this out. It doesn't matter, it's non-directional. Again, we are going to stick this down. Okay, so let's get our glue page out. And oh, I can hear my hubby downstairs. I think he's making something for dinner. We don't have dinner on a Saturday. We have like a funny, Saturday's like a more relaxed, have whatever you feel like having day. So it'll probably be something fairly quick and easy, I'd say. My husband's a good cook. He cooks everything from scratch usually if he's cooking. Yeah, just gonna fold that down gently, Susan, don't. Yeah, so even though I cut it to size, it's still too big. Right, so okay, so put that glue away. Horrible Yoo-hoo stick. Don't like it. Now to remember that, yeah, so once we've stuck this in, we're just going to re-ink round there and there, like that. Once we've done that, we have to refold these pieces and burnish them again. Is that right? Yeah, that's. And this piece here has to be re-burnished. So that when you do that and that, no, that's the wrong way, that way, okay. Burnish that down, burnish that down. I can see a bit of paper hanging over the edge there, which I don't like. That's good. And there we have it. So we just recap that goes on the corner of the page like that, in the top. That goes over there. When you're putting it in your journal, when you do use it, you'll glue there and there, and you've got a side tuck there. Very cool, very pretty little thing. And then you'd have a couple of labels in here and here. So you could sort of position them. I know these aren't the same size, but you could position them kind of like that. That would be very good. So the person would then open this, so it's glued down the other side, open this, do their journaling and shut it back up, and it comes back down there like so. It's a very nifty little piece, isn't it? And that is that today. So we've got that one that we've decorated, this one we've decorated, and another one like this that we've decorated. So I guess we might as well decorate these two pockets on here. Yes, I was decorating the other side as well, but I've only done the front pockets today, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, so let's think. It's going to be up that way, so we want something maybe to go on here. That's nice for a change. Maybe one of these. I like that one. So I think those are nice. Bit dull, aren't they, in colour? Just thought they'd be nice for a change. Okay, so we've got a nice butterfly, and what we could have is up here, we could have this mushroom and maybe something to go with the mushroom. What about a stamp? Some tiny weeny bits in here in this bag. Weenies. Weeny little labels like this. This would be nice. Put that there and have that down there like that. Don't know if that blue butterfly goes with that. Let's try a different colour. What's this one? Oh, that's very blue. Ah, this is a nice one. That's better. Right, I'm going to use those, and we will use a bit of webbing. I'm just going to ink round those bits. Okay, ink round there, take off that white edge, and specifically ink round this. I wish you wouldn't make them. I guess they're easier to push out of. They're obviously mass made on a card or something, so I'm going to use this piece over here like this. Okay. And the hot glitter glue. There. Oh, I can hear Paddy coming upstairs, but I've shut this door. So he probably is coming up to tell me that Daddy's making dinner. He's very funny like that. He really is. Oh, no, he's having a game now with somebody. It's probably one of the cats, I would say. I have to do a little video of him one day and show you all. This dog, he thinks he's a human, I think. That's his problem. Bound to be a name for that somewhere. So let's stick taking that down. They don't want to stick with this art glitter glue. I'm just holding that one. That one's stuck. Just have to hold it for a few seconds for it to actually take, I think. It's probably because it's on webbing. It's usually Fabri-Tac or Beacon 3-in-1 that I use. So just check that. Oh, isn't it always the way that you drop something, it will fall onto the glue side? So that's nice. Right. Okay. Pin the glue. Put the lovely scissors away. Okay, so that is everything. So here we have 2 with flaps and 2 without, and there they are. Very nice little piece for your journal, very unusual. So I'm going now. Take care everyone. It's 41 minutes. Oh, still I'm getting them down. Okay, take care. Bye bye.